Okay, here we are. We're in the writings of the Yanuka that were written down. Rebuilding the walls of Jerusalem, Tivnei Chomos Yerushalayim. Here's the opening theme, and let's go. Torah Lishma, Hi Shemiache Ta'avar V'Shoirish HaTorah Ima Asid, Shu Tachlis Esek HaTorah L'Gilui Malchusa D'Shmaya. Learning Torah for its own sake, for the proper intentions, is when you unite the past, which is the root, the source of where the Torah comes from, with the future, which is the purpose of why we're learning Torah in the first place, which is to reveal the kingship of heaven. And let's see what this is all about. Let's go. In order that we should be able to dibble-dabble and learn Torah for its own sake, we must unite the past with the future. We have to have the past in mind and the future in mind. What does that mean? This is in essence uniting the oral Torah with the written Torah with a wholeness of awareness, being totally in a state of full awareness about the written Torah and the oral Torah, the past of the Torah and the future of the Torah. All this has to be in our minds. Hu Torah Lishma. This is learning Torah for its own sake, when you have all this in mind. Because the past is total awareness, tremendous fear and awareness from the time of the creation of the world. That's the past. The world was created. You got to know that. And this is connected to and juxtaposed to the garments of light that were worn by Adam and Eve before the sin. And that's the aspect of the written Torah, that there's a Genesis story, that there's an Adam and an Eve, that they had garments of light. That's the history. And from this beginning is the revelation of the source of all things. That's the past. But the future, what's that about? This is connected to the oral Torah. Why? Because it was the rabbis and the sages over time that revealed to humanity the purpose of the creation. The Torah doesn't even necessarily tell you the purpose of the creation, but guess who revealed it? The rabbis. What's the purpose of the creation? To get to the Beit HaMikdash Shlishi, to get to the third temple where God could have a dwelling, chilling place. And Tchias HaMesim, and the revival of the dead. That's going to happen. That's the future. B'gilui Malchus Hashem Baruch Hu, and the revelation of God's kingdom, may be blessed, will be in the world. What's the past? That there was a Genesis narrative with garments of light. What's the future? There's going to be a third temple and the dead come back. So therefore, when a person is learning Torah, one must remember and recall the past and the source, the root of the Torah, where it come from, what's going on. And this is the garments of light. And you have to remember the future, which is the purpose of learning Torah, is to manifest where we're going. Which is to reveal the revelation of the kingship of heaven through the building of the third temple. That's where the future is. That's the purpose. That's where we're going. And the revival of the dead. And these future realities is the whole completion of the rectification of our garments of skin. We're going to get out of the skin outfit and we're going to be shining with light in the future. When a person learns Torah and he doesn't or she doesn't have with them while they're learning this revelation of why they're alive, what's the purpose of me being alive, and Why am I learning? If you're learning Torah and you're not aware of the purpose of reality, and why you're even learning Torah in the first place, Enu kashor b'levushe or you don't have any connection to the garments of light. You want to be a super elevated spiritual person with garments of light? We all do. But it's not enough just to learn Torah. You have to have in mind, where did the Torah come from? Where is it going? When you have this in mind, boom, you're bringing down light. But when a human has in their awareness, in their knowledge, the contemplation of the root of the Torah and its source, of where it all comes from, where did it come from? It's the wise humans who passed on the Torah until it got to Moses. It seems like a strange thing to say, but we do believe that Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, all these individuals, kept the Torah. It was just not something that was ever written down. But we see even the story of Lot. He was having matzah on Pesach before the Torah was even given. The Torah was there the whole time, and it reached its peak at Moses. This is the history of it. And to be, in order to know why you're alive and why you're learning, you have to have that in mind. Why are we doing this whole thing? This is to reveal the kingdom of heaven and the bringing of Ben David, which is referring to the Mashiach from the line of David, the future. This reality of holding these thoughts of Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, until Moses, Adam, Eve, Noah, the Torah, where to come from, all the way until the future when we're going to reveal God's kingdom and the Mashiach's going to come. This is Hu Yichud Hava Ima Asid V'Torah Lishma. This is what it looks like to unite the past with the future and to learn Torah for its own sake. Simple state of mind, being aware. Begilu Shorish HaTorah V'Ava, and to reveal the root of the Torah and its past. Nasal Yidei Moshe Rabbeinu. This is happened through Moses, our rabbi. He was the one who revealed the source of where the Torah came from and the past of the whole thing. Ki Moshe hishil es halavushe or begiloi es halavushe or, because Moses shed his, like a snake sheds its skin, Moses shed his garments of skin and revealed the garments of light. Remember, in the Torah says when Moses came down from the mountain, his face was glowing. He was literally glowing. There's actually stories of the students of the Vilna Gaon that said when they were learning Torah with him, in the middle of sometimes his eyes would like roll back and his face would start glowing and angels would like start talking out of his mouth. Yeah, we could all glow. That's a reality. Tikkunei Zohar, and this is written down in the Tikkunei Zohar, so you can see it for yourself. It's not just the Yanuka telling us. And this is the completion of the written Torah. And King David brought forth the process of the redemption, of the Redeemer. Which is the rectification in totality of the garments of skin that we had. King David started the process because the Mashiach comes from King David, the person who brings us back to the state of light. And this is the completion of the written Torah. And this is written in the Zohar in Parshat Truma. At the time where Moses departed from the world, it like ruined or destroyed the written Torah. It like collapsed the written Torah. And when the time of King David's departure from this world, then so too there was a collapse and like a ruining of the oral Torah. Moses left, written Torah gets like tarnished. King David left, the oral Torah gets tarnished. This is nigal with an ayin, not with an aleph. So it's not reveal or redeem. It's like a failure of a falling. Ki Moshe hu soifet tachlis shoresh haTorah, because Moses is the end-all purpose of the source of the Torah. Umesir savi gilu elavushay or, and the passing on of it and the revelation of the garments of light. That was Moses' job, to make that eternal. Now he left. And there was no one who understood the Torah or comprehended reality more than Moses. And now he left. And King David was the final rectifier of the garments of skin. Which included the contemplation on the purpose of all the servicing of God, like the purpose of why we serve God, which was just to build the Beit HaMikdash. King David was supposed to build the Beit HaMikdash and end the whole thing and reveal the light. But he left. As it says in Tehillim. How do we know King David wanted this reality? It says in Psalm 132, verse 5, Ad emtza makom la'Hashem. King David said, I'm going to not rest until I find a place for you, God. Mishkanos la'abir Yaakov, a dwelling place for the mighty one of Jacob. King David was like, I have no rest in this world until I find you, God, a place to rest. And now that King David's not here, Moses is not here, guess who it's on? It's on us to unite Moses, to unite the process of King David, the redemption. Put them into one reality in our mind to contemplate. Boom, activate the light garments. You're good, that's all we got to do. It's a state of mind. The Yanuka is teaching us the ultimate life hack. You're learning Torah anyway. We may as well activate garments of light. So, that's it for today. A longer piece, but I love you all so much. Stay strong. I pray that we activate our garments of light and that we reach our purpose in this world. So guess what? Stay strong. Well, I don't want to see that pool. Not people not dressed always over there. I love you all so much. I'm not going to ramble any longer than I've rambled right now. See you later.